Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Sarah B Calligraphy, and I am back with a new tutorial. And this one is going to be all about digitizing your watercolor. Now this is perfect if you are an illustrator who wants to eventually create prints from their watercolor paintings, or if you are a graphic designer who wants to incorporate their own watercolor illustrations in their client work, such as stationery, invitations, print design, anything of that sort. I know there are a ton of different ways to do this, but I'm going to show you my way and kind of what I learned in school and how I've adapted it to how I use it on a daily basis. If you are asking yourself, oh my goodness, why is this so tedious? Why is this taking like 3 hours? You really need to watch this video, because I promise you that I have never had to edit out the background of a watercolor piece more than an hour, and possibly never more than 40 minutes. So if you are interested in that, this is definitely the tutorial for you. I hope you continue watching it and let me know what you think. Okay, I'm going to make the layer not a background layer just by double clicking it and then creating a duplicate of that layer, so that way I can always go back to it in case I make a mistake. Now I am adjusting the levels and increasing the brightness and increasing the darkness just a little bit, so that way I don't have that watercolor texture in the background. This really helps whenever I am actually going to delete the background. So now I am using the magic wand tool and I'm making sure that it is contiguous, so that way I can just select the layers that I want. Now I am showing you that you have to use the second option on the settings, because if you don't, then you're only going to be selecting one section at a time. You want to make sure that you build on the sections. So if I were to uncheck the contiguous box, that would mean that I would be selecting almost everything that is kind of the same, and I definitely don't want that. I want to do it in sections and then just build it up, because I want to make sure that I don't have to unselect or reselect things too much, because that's when it gets really tedious. So now I am just selecting the white spots that I do not want. You can either select the inside of the berries and the blooms if you want to, but for right now I'm just going to select the negative spaces. After I select all of those white spots, I am going to go into the polygonal tool and I'm showing you what not to do. You don't want to use the subtraction setting, because that's going to make you unselect the areas that you just selected. So I just undid that with Command Z. And now I'm using the addition tool, which is exactly what I want. And this is just to select the parts that I might not have gotten with the magic wand tool. This pretty much includes just the texture of the paper, because sometimes it can be really tricky to select it all just with the magic wand tool. So I like to manually go in and select it, so that way I can delete it later on. Now I am using the subtraction polygonal tool, which is the third from the left, if you see it at the top left, and it just helps me subtract the areas that I still want to keep. So pretty much everything that is selected right now will be deleted later on. So obviously I don't want the flower to be deleted, so I am unselecting it. You can see that I am being very careful with this because I want to make sure that I still have those raw and organic edges to the flowers, so that way they don't look too geometric. So I'm just going to continue doing that to the flower as well as the stems, the leaves, and anything else that I want to make sure that are going to be kept in the final piece. Now I'm going to deselect it by pressing select and then deselect and creating a new layer that I am going to create black by using the paint bucket tool and then of course the color black. And this is so whenever I do press delete, I will know exactly what I missed while selecting the pieces that I really want to delete. Make sure you click on the layer with the watercolor, and then to reselect your selection, press select and then reselect. To delete the background, just press the delete button, and now you see the layer that is right underneath it. Now I am going to go in and use the magic wand tool on the places that I missed in the first round of selecting everything. Now I am going to hide layer number 1, which has the black filler in it. I'm reselecting my layer 0, which is the watercolor piece, and then I'm going to lighten up the colors so that way I have a softer watercolor look. Now I'm just going to resize it because I actually don't need it to be super huge, especially if I'm going to do it on something like an invitation, which is only 5 by 7. I'm also going to reduce the resolution just to 300. Now I am going to save it as a Photoshop file in case I want to tweak or edit it later on. If you want to use the original watercolor scan, pause this right now because I am going to put the instructions on the screen for you. Now that you have created your selection again, you are going to select the original copy and then you're going to inverse it, and then now you can delete the background off of the original. I'm just showing you the difference of the original and the edited, which of course the edited one is a lot lighter because that's really what I wanted to go with, but we're going to save the original colored one just for the sake of this video. Now we're going to save it as a PNG, and this is so that we don't have a background on it, so that way you can put it on whatever background color you want or whatever kind of texture you want, such as if you wanted to put it on wood or if you wanted to put it on marble or whatever color. Now I am opening up Illustrator and I am just going to put something quick into the box to show you how I can design with this new PNG file of the watercolors. Now we are going to just drag the file over into our Illustrator document and then play around with it. Because I don't want to see all of the extra stuff outside of my artboard, I'm going to create a rectangle the same size of my artboard, which is just a plain letter size, and then I am going to make sure everything is aligned in the middle, and then select all, and then press Command 7, and that is how you make a mask of your art piece, so that way you don't have all the extra bits to distract you from the actual design. Okay, that's it. Yes, it is that simple and it is that easy, and you can apply this to pencil drawings, you can apply this to regular painting, pretty much anything. If you have any suggestions or any requests for future videos, please let me know in the comments below, or direct message me on Instagram at Sarah B Calligraphy, and I will try and make those videos for you. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram so you can see how I implement my watercolor in my design work as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!